Alright, David Ronnefalk here, and I'm going to bring you the Redovan track, doing a track walk here with Keenan. We'll want to show you guys how it looks like. A lot of elevation changes, so bear with us here. But like you see here, maybe Keenan can turn around and you see the long straightaway here coming up the hill. So you need a lot of motor, need a lot of top speed to be able to climb up all the way here. So where we are here's kind of a speed bump right here. You just barely touch the brake, not that much even. Kind of coast over the hill here, and there's this pretty tough double to make here because you have the tendency to jump a little bit wide. So as you come with a lot of speed over this roller into this 90-degree corner into this double here, you have the tendency to jump to the outside. So definitely a tough one. You need to stick the landing good to be able to stay on the inside, and then you can keep a good line down to the next section here. So yeah, just another 90-degree corner here. Track surface is holding up well so far. They made some prep yesterday, but you can see now it's kind of polished on the surface, so not as much grip as some of us expected probably coming here. So this section leads us into a off-camber 180-degree corner. Not really 180 maybe, because you kind of small chicane here into the next jump section we're coming into. But yeah, this corner is very smooth. No bumps or so here yet, which is good because it's so off-camber that if there would be a rough section right there, it would be a struggle for sure. So this is probably one of the toughest sections we're coming into now. So like, you come here is like a drop down here, leading up to a big double, and the landing is downhill into a 180. So you've probably seen some videos already. So let's just walk here on the side because this double is big. So people have been landing a bit short, making the track break up a bit. So it's getting really dusty in this section, like you can see. And this dust doesn't make it easy to stick the corner here. Like Keenan is showing you. So most of us end up wide, and it feels like you're standing still for a moment. But everyone is just doing the same thing, so you just have to accept it. It's some have been starting to jump a bit short, kind of roll down the hill into the corner. Then you can go a bit tighter, but losing some speed, obviously doing that because you're coming in a little slower. So then two like rollers coming up the hill again into a fast section, probably the fastest, yeah, the fastest together with the left bottom side of the track, which we are coming up to later. But yeah, just full wood here. A bit of a left-hander, pretty smooth, not very sharp, so you keep a lot of speed going through here. And this right-hander, you can see there's a bump starting to develop, which is kind of making it a little bit harder for us because the car wants to make a wheelie coming up the hill otherwise, so you want to avoid that bump. So either some wants to stay inside, some go outside. And this is a pretty open 180. I like this corner. It's now we're like the furthest away as well from the driver's stand on the right side of the track, so it's a bit hard in the beginning learning the layout to get the depth perception in this corner. But when you get it, it's yeah, this is you're coming into a nice section right now. So pretty open 180. You want to push a little bit wide maybe here on the exit, so you hit those jumps in the middle of the track. I'd say there's like you can see on the left side of this double, there's some repairs they did yesterday because there was a big hole developing here on a couple of different spots on the track. So this was one of them, and the car started to jump a bit funny over this one. So this is pretty nice because it's also downhill, so the elevation change is big. So now we're like on the middle plateau, I would say, of the track. So if you take a look here over the towards the driver's stand and where we came from up there, this is like, yeah, I would say the middle plateau. There's like 4 different levels of the track. So now we're coming down to the second lowest one. this is another, I mean, this jump section right here is pretty fast. So you want to downside all these jumps to be able to stick the corner. A bit of an open 180 as well, this one. This corner is pretty slick, so to get around this and get the drive up the hill, the car is drifting a bit. Yeah, this leads you into a concrete section, so obviously that you will have grip once you go over from the dirt to the concrete here. And this is kind of a step up, so now we're walking up again. There's a lot of up and down going on this track. So, and yeah, this is, I don't know if it's concrete, and they made like a, how do you say, like they had some kind of a, what do you call it? Stencil. Yeah, like a stencil to make it like, to make it look like bricks, or if it's because I don't think it's bricks, because they look very very smooth and consistent. So this is a pretty nice little whoop section, very consistent wherever you hit it. Obviously most of the guys going double single. I know David has been going double triple. Haven't tried that myself yet. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. We'll have to see. I feel very comfortable doing it my way, and I think I'm sticking the corner really well. So, but yeah, you just need to carry the right amount of speed in that section, otherwise the car will end up tumbling. Tight 180, and then you go down to a drop down section again with concrete coming down, so you get a lot of drive when you're coming down, because this one is grippy, really grippy, I would say. And this is another tough section, fast one that you're coming into. So this one, together with the middle chicane up there, is the fastest sections of the track, I'd say. So here the key is to stick this right-hander pretty close to the pipe. So coming down the hill, you want to stay to the right side of where you're looking at now, so the left side of the track, so that you can get a nice line into this fast chicane here. So you want to be very close to that pipe on the right hander, and then like you want to hit the apex really good here on this left side as well. And what you want to do then after that is like letting the car drift out a bit, because this is like this has like a 2 apex, this corner. You think it's like completely round, but it actually has 2 apexes. So you want to push a little bit wide, and this section leads you up to a double. Pretty nice one as well. You carry a lot of speed, so you actually have to slow down a bit, otherwise you overshoot the the tight 180 coming right after you've landed. So like you can see, the surface is breaking up a little bit here, and I think once it gets through this kind of glue that is on top, that's when it starts to get dusty, and it can actually develop into a big hole right there. So wherever the surface is breaking up a bit, you have dust sections, and this makes it even tougher, because you go from a very clean and these, I mean, pretty good grip in the groove, and then like outside it's very dusty, and the car gets unbalanced and upset. So if you look back to the corner we just came from, you have 2 rollers, another tricky section, because it's a section where you feel you're going pretty slow. You have to go a little bit slower because you want to stick this 180 as well. If you go too fast, you will end up wide. So that's what I did early on in practice, but I think I've figured this section out, and it's probably one of my strong sections, I think, of the track, dropping down from this concrete and all the way down here to the left hand side. So after that 180, it's time to go back up the hill again. So here we have a roller with a dragon back after it. So pretty tricky section. Like you can see now, there's some holes developing right here as well. Some people, they try to launch their car pretty far over this hill. So like some of us, we land here. Some of us like to take like all the steps in one. So I like to go to do the double and come in pretty quick and just let the car roll and balance itself with this another hill here. So it's a lot of up and down going on, and now we're standing right in the middle of the track. And if you take a look around, you definitely see the elevation changes of this place. I just love the track. So it's an awesome layout, and I think it will be good racing in the, once qualifying and the final starts. So now we're coming into the finish line here. So we go over this roller. So these are two 90-degree corners. Then we have kind of it's like a double, but you jump pretty far, starting to break up here in the face as well. You try to send your car pretty far down here. This corner actually has pretty good grip. Like if you stick it on the inside here, you have good grip and the car will come around on the brick section here, and you're going a bit back up the hill before the last 180 coming into the finish line. Here you have pretty good grip as well, because I think, like you can see on these bricks here, there's been some glue from the dirt like running down over the bricks, so that's a grippy spot right there, and sometimes they want to send you into the pipe here on the inside, which is yeah, it's not good, you're losing time. A bit of a roller which you kind of jump just a little bit, and here is the finish line of the track. So like 2 corners before the pit lane and the straight. You go over the finish line coming into another roller which everyone is jumping pretty far. So you jump I'd say to right about like here. You can probably see in the surface where most of us has landed. And this is what I'm saying, like if it starts, you know, continuing like this, the track will definitely show a lot of character at one point during this event. So as long as it stays like this, it will be smooth, but then like in some spots where all the jumps are and cars are landing badly and so on, that's where you will see the track break up. This was another hole, so here you have like a roller tabletop into a, whatever you want to call it, corner table, and then back up the hill from on the straightaway. So this hole right there started to develop already yesterday. They fixed it overnight, and when everyone made the track walk this morning, it didn't look like it was going to hold up very well, but all the parts that they fixed actually held up very well during the whole day today. So I suppose they will do the same thing for tomorrow. So now we've almost made a full lap. Like I said, we come over this roller into corner tabletop into this kind of, yeah, 2 rollers leading up to the straightaway here. You can see the entry to the pit is kind of tricky because you come with a lot of speed, and the opening of the track barrier here is very small, so you basically have to hit the brakes like when you're on the straight. So it can be there can be some confusing probably in the mains when you have people maybe right behind. You have to take care and probably try to enter pretty fast, which will be difficult because it's very narrow. And the pit lane is also very close to you standing on the driver's stand, so you're like watching right down on your car. So the perspective of the straight and the pit lane here is a bit different from other tracks where the pit lane would be a little bit further in front of the driver's stand. So yeah, here you have it. This is the track walk of the Redovan track here at the Worlds 2022, and free practice is done. Tomorrow we have seating, and it's gonna be a blast to get into seating and then starting qualifying the day after. It's been going good for me so far. Keep working on the car a bit tomorrow, and should be good. So make sure to tune in to the No Name RC podcast. He'll be and RC Racing TV. They will be sending live during the whole event. So that's where you'll be able to follow all the racing action going on. And yeah, let's stick to it, and I hope for the best for the rest of the week.